Didn't God, through an instrument of His, did He speak through an instrument and teach us that which we did not know?
Yes, sir.
Be you a witness to God and the people of justice. A witness to God. If you give me some time, we're going to see what we are witness. 1975, Satan was big. Ruled the whole world. Imam Muhammad came on the scene. He killed the devil. The devil is dead. He just don't know it. He don't know it. He removed. What is the first place that he went? He went through the images of God, right? Now these churches, they don't even have the image of Jesus. We saw ourselves being like the devil. Then the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, in a movement that bringing us out of death to come alive, he taught us that the black man was God and the white man is the devil. So we began to move a little bit, right? But we didn't come alive. We still was dead. We did not come alive until 1975. And then, take a look at it. In 1975, when did we get our name? We had X's first. We got our names in 1975 and afterward, right? No longer were we the ones that was in Babylonian captivity, had Babylonian names and Babylonian dress.
That's right.
No, we were new people with our own names and believing in a different God. Allahu Akbar. So in 1975, the devil was killed. Imam Muhammad started going and dealing with sexism, racism, color consciousness, every aspect of slavery, every aspect that was dehumanizing, he addressed. And all he was doing is just reaffirming and reaffirming what we as a collective soul have been saying time after time after time. God spoke through David Walker. God spoke through Frederick Douglass. God spoke through Martin Luther King. God spoke through the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. God spoke through Imam W.D. Muhammad. 1975. Be a people of justice. Whenever you read a book, if you don't find yourself in it, you're wasting your time. If they got a hero and an evil person, if you fit in the mold of evil person, you're in a bad shape. But most of the time, whether it's a TV program or a movie, you're the hero. You're the one with the sword, right? So when Imam Muhammad started going into the Bible, he saved Christianity.
That's right.
Christianity was dead until they had the time of the protest movement. Christianity was dead because they limited the minds of people and kept their minds in the concrete. Then the protest movement came about because other Christian people began to read the words from the Quran, because the Quran was in Spain for 600 years. And the civilization was so high that they began to study Islam and they began to apply it to themselves. So, so the Masons, they might trick you and say, oh, we know it all. But God has taught you everything. How did they come up with the compass? How did they come up with the compass? Those who don't see, that's your compass right there. And it looks just like this, don't it? And this is what you do. Allahu Akbar. And they talk about the square. It says the stone that the builders rejected should become the ace in the corner. Right? Then it started talking about in the Bible that the Lamb of God was slain. Right?
That's right.
And then in Revelation it says that the Lamb of God, he would go and he would take the book out of the one who sat on the throne and he began to read. So that means that he was now set on the throne.
That's right.
And we're witness to God.
That's right.
When Imam Muhammad spoke in the papacy, I had a friend of mine, his name is Mansa Noordin. He's an African. He has a unique quality that he will stand out in the history forever in our community. You know why? He was a Catholic in Africa. He came over here. He joined the Nation of Islam, and he worked in the houses and in the Muslim Journal for the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was going to give him a new name. But the Honorable Elijah Muhammad passed away. So when Imam Muhammad came in, he said, my father was going to give you a new name. I'm going to give you a new name. He says his name originally was George Mansa. I can't remember the other part. George Mansa. Okay. So Imam Muhammad said, okay, your name should be Nuruddin. And he said, get rid of George and keep Mansa. Well, you got equal, he told me what that means, that's his first name. Mansa meant a powerful person, I believe. Then Nuruddin. So Imam Muhammad gave him, said, he came from Africa, worked for the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and worked for Imam W.D. Muhammad, and he worked with the Mosqueers, with me. He's my best friend. He stands out in history. And he is a witness to what we came through. He'll tell you what happened in Africa. He said that in Africa they were Catholics, but they were getting high off of alcohol. And it said that they had the traditions that the Europeans brought in alcohol. He said that they also was ancestors worship that they would drink the alcohol and they'd save someone for the ancestors who's dead. Let's get back to the witness of God. I want to close this up. So Imam Muhammad, he is the one that David, he is the David. Now let me tell you, the seven heavens, the mind of all the prophets and messages right there in the Holy Quran. So that means that that same quality is within you. You're all descendants of Adam. You're a seed. And if you read the Quran and give your heart to God, Allah will unfold you step by step. Some of you might be like Moses. Not Moses, but like Moses. Some of you might be like Jesus. Not Jesus, like Jesus. Some of you might be like Prophet Muhammad. Only one I know is the best companion of the Prophet, who is like Prophet Muhammad, is Imam W.D. Muhammad. He is the best, the biggest, the greatest companion of Prophet Muhammad. How do I know that? Akbar means, we don't say greatest. Akbar, the highest you can go in Arabic, is greater. Imam Muhammad was greater than Abu Bakr. He was greater than Umar. He was greater than all the prophets. Why? Because he's in a bigger time and Satan is bigger. And he cut the head of Satan. Here's what he did. He took the stone of La ilaha illallah, he fired it within the head of Christianity. The Satan fell down. That's Satan and Christianity. Not Christianity being the devil. That mindset that had took over the whole world. Hit him in the head, knocked him down. Then he went and he got the sword now. The sword that was covered up. And if you take the S of sword and put it at the end, it means word. He uncovered the word and cut the head off. People of justice and the witnesses of God. Didn't we see it? Yes, sir. We have seen many, many miracles. And we are a miracle. How are we a miracle? They said that we would never come alive. They have put us backwards 1,000 years. They use that example. Let's bomb this country so they be backwards to 1,000 years. We were backwards to 1,000 years. They treated us so bad, dismembered us. I mean, they hung us, lynched us, cut us up, castrated, did everything. Raped our women, did everything. And as they did those things every night, the animals, they had to cry. They had to cry. Because they reduced us lower than animals. We were not even fit to be human beings, as they said. And as I mentioned to you, we came through the